Hello everybody, this is the Imagine of, and welcome to another beautiful day in the Imagine This Let's Play series. I'm glad you joined me today, and for any of you who have not taken a moment to hit the subscribe button, I invite you to check out the bottom right hand corner of the screen where the Imagine of watermark is, and you can just click on that and hit subscribe and just make somebody's day, namely me. Alright, so anyway, in between the episodes here, it's been kind of a challenge. It's been a little bit of a struggle. I've built a lot of things and I've removed a lot of things. I've been trying to get the entrance going. I've been trying to do a lot of things, and I have not kept a single thing that I've built. That happens sometimes. So what we're doing is I had actually wanted to build a 5x5 piston door, and it looks like all the efficient, decent designs that are out there, and I found a really good one. I'm going to put the link. It's in the description. Hopefully I can build it. It needed some honey blocks. So in between the episodes, I've been out running around looking for hives and honey, and I've never actually dealt with the hives or the honey or the bees or anything. So it's all kind of a new process to me. In my inventory here, let's take a quick gander. I've got a few beehives in here, and pretty much all the simple bee farms have the same setup. So we're going to take a quick look at what the setup looks like, and hopefully I built this right. Pretty sure I did. If I didn't, I'll find out real quick. So here's the layout. You basically you have a block that takes a comparator reading and feeds it back up, powers a dispenser, shoots a bottle out, and the beehive at that point will get its honey collected. It will be sucked into, or whatever the technical term is, to the hopper, and it'll just feed down our little hopper chain into, hey, check that out, into our little chest over here. So all we got to do right now, we got a couple things. We got to put some bottles in. So I've got to make me a little place to step up on. See if I can reach I cannot reach my chest. Let's see. Now I can reach it. So let's load this thing up. We're going to preload these with bottles, and then we're going to go get our let's see. Our well, we're going to put our beads in there. I mean, I guess that's what we're going to do. So let me grab a few stacks of glass. We'll go over to the crafting table, and we're just going to craft up a bunch of bottles here. I need more than that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna just make some bottles, and there we are. We got a lot of bottles now. So let's go in. Let's load up. Probably not enough to really make it perfect, but we're going to open these up, and I'm going to take this and just spread this around. So we've got some bottles in each one of these to help us. We need a few honey blocks to be able to build this door, and I don't have them. So I actually was going to try to build this on our center island, and try as I may, in the time that I had given myself, I was not able to come up with the design that I liked. I need a little more time, and I want it to fit into the build. I want to make one statement too, that this is not the best place that I've read to build a honey farm, because the weather and I guess the time of day affects their productivity. So the best place to do this is in the nether or the end, but we're not going for massive production here. We are going for, let's get 4 or 5 blocks so I can build my door. And then after that, we may go into, let's make the most efficient, awesome thing that ever was, and that might work. But as far as I'm concerned right now, all we're trying to do is get this to where we get some honey blocks for the door. Hope you guys are excited. We're going to get this done right now. I probably should wait till nighttime to put these in. I don't want my bees escaping, but hopefully, hopefully I can do this on camera without screwing it up. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, and 5. Now let me get out here, put my glass blocks in. Woo, boy, that came out quick. Woo, man, thank you. I'm glad that worked out. So guys, get your honey made, and let's see what happens here. I don't know. You know, it might be kind of late in the day. They might be like, hey, it's almost time to knock off for the day. How about we just take a little break? We'll see what happens here. I'm kind of excited. There's one guy is out for sure. Not real sure what he's doing. I mean, I could have completely done this wrong. I have no clue. But I tell you what, he went back in there. He's not really too excited about the honey, is he? Ooh, hey, look, there's honey already, and there's something in the comparator, or something showing up in the. Let's take a look at that real quick. I'm kind of excited. All right, well, there's 2 of them. So there's something in that one, and there's something in that one. And see what the signal does is when the honey level gets high enough, it creates a redstone signal that will power all the way up to this block. And once this block gets powered, it is going to power the dispenser. So that's all it is. Yeah, so we're building up honey levels, folks. It's going to happen. We're going to take a quick nap here, and then hopefully when the day starts again, oh, look at them all. Look at them out there. They are just, that is what I'm talking about right there. They are just doing it here. This is actually pretty cool. Now, out of all the designs, I've noticed that nobody else, I mean, this is the standard design. Unless you want honeycomb, you have to give this 5 spaces to function properly. It has to send the signal so that it represents 5. Level 5 is when you want to, otherwise if you dispense your bottle before it gets to level 5, you will send an empty bottle through your system, which is just a waste of time. So we're going to take a nap, run back over there and see if we have anything in there. I believe it takes 4 jars of honey, and oh my goodness, look at that, our first honey. We got 2 bottles of honey. We need 24. We need 4 honey blocks to build this awesome piston door here. And this is cool. I am super stoked about this. I kind of want to make this to where I need to put some just some cool blocks up here so I can see what's going on, because that's the fun of having redstone. Now look at that. Those right there. See, this one right here needs 2 more levels to get all the way up there. And that's cool. And I've seen some that use the glass blocks. You can just find, just go ahead, and if you're interested in doing one of these, just look up honey farm, or honey block farm or whatever, and you'll find everybody's design for that is 99.99% the same. There's really no reason to favor one design or one video over the other in the description, because they're all the same. Some people use glass blocks because they don't transmit power down, but they do allow redstone to be over the top of them. They used to not be that way, but so I'm not really sure what the benefit is, other than it doesn't break this right here. So a regular block would separate this from this, and that's probably why they use glass. Anyway, so welcome to the video today, and we're going to sit here and let this accumulate up. I've got quite a few things to get together, and for the build on this door. This is actually quite a build, but it's going to fit well into the space. I want to just briefly touch base on this. It's three deep, 3 or 4 deep, and it is 9 long. Okay, so we got to expand out a little bit, and so our outside design is going to incorporate. But this is a super fast piston door. It's like 0.42 seconds for a 5x5 to run its whole pattern, and it's spam proof, so that as much as you hit the button, it's going to open and close and not get out of sync. And if it did get out of sync, all you have to do is, or not out of sync, but if it gets some blocks pushed that didn't retract, or retracted that didn't push, all you got to do is flip the lever once and it resets. You guys are going to really like the video. It's kind of a less known YouTuber, but they still have a really good, they have a good engineering mind for redstone. So we're going to put them in, we're going to highlight them, and hopefully you guys will go pay attention and see what they do to build their door. I think you'll really like it. And let's get to work today, getting our 5x5 piston door in the building. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. I'm down doing a little extra thing, a little thing that I call trying to get the stuff together to make my door. So what I found out is I actually didn't have enough slime balls to make my slime blocks for the door. So we're down here in, if you guys will take a look around, you might recognize this dark oak wall here. And what that is, and I'll show you real quick, this is the back side of our, let's see here, our super smelter, our Ilmango super smelter. And you'll notice there's a bunch of yellow and blue lines and all kinds of crazy things. And some of you may know what that is, and some of you may not. What this is if we press the F3 button and G at the same time, it shows chunk borders hidden, chunk borders are shown. So what we're doing is I got to thinking, well, okay, I've seen some slimes down here at the end of my Ilmango super smelter build, which was very fortuitous in a way, because a lot of times, and those of you who have searched randomly and not used chunk base slime chunk finder, you'll realize that it's kind of hard sometimes to randomly stumble across a slime chunk. They're everywhere, but you may run across one but not actually have a slime spawn, so you would never know. But I have had them spawning down here at this end for quite some time. Not a lot, but enough. So I assumed that this is my chunk with the slime chunk. So I went that way. I did some hollowing out and some excavating, and one thing I also noticed was that when I was back here inside this hallway, I had seen a couple slimes in this area. So I went ahead and did a little testing and spent some time. This video is going to be very, very late. It should have come out on Tuesday, and it is Thursday, and I am frantically trying to get something finished so I can share it with my friends, my buddies. But it turns out that I believe that this is a slime chunk, and I'd actually hollowed out some more of this, and there we go. There's a slime, guys. So this actually, I'm going to get my looting sword out, and we're going to try to get us a few extra little doohickeys. You'll notice that there are no faces on them. With this shader pack, there are no faces. So I determined that this is a slime chunk, and this is a slime chunk. So we've got that worked out. Now, here's the thing. While I was in here, and this is kind of really cool. This is why I know I made a big deal out of it before, but this is why we light up underneath our base and investigate, because this actually connects to the area that was in the other video where I said, hey, I found a mob pocket down there. So here's all the lighting that we had done. And you might even recognize that because the tunnel comes down from the upstairs of the base to that area. So we're right where we should be. This is got all kinds of stuff underneath where we're building our base, and this was a corner that I had actually come down to. I had lit this up, but we're right there. So we know where we're at, and we've done all our lighting. So I'm going to block this off. The thing is, I am not going to build the super efficient, awesome billions of slime blocks per hour farm. I build a very simple passive farm that allows me to collect things as I go along. You kind of know me now. This series is more about the build and less about the massive efficiency farms. Now, some of the things we do need efficiency on. We need the efficient witch hut farm, which we're going to do, and some other things. But right now, I just need some slime blocks so I can build my door. And we're going to build a very simple one. I'm going to put a link in the description. And so all we're going to do is put some hoppers out down here. We're going to put a cactus with a iron golem on top. And they basically just, as they spawn while we're up doing other things, they hop into the cactus trying to get to the iron golem, and they die, and they go into a little thing. You might have seen it on the Digs and Diamond server, and it's kind of a passive thing. So that's what we're up to. I hope to get this door built in this episode, so I'm going to keep cranking this out. We're going to get this built up, and maybe not decorated 100%, but we're going to get some slime blocks so we can finish our door. Hope you guys are enjoying the episode. I'm going to make sure you check the link, because there's going to be a link to one of the general bee farm things where I kind of got the concepts for that. And I'm also going to put a link to, if I can find it, the video that I used years ago to get this. It's kind of like the auto fisher. It was a long time ago, and I've been using this one for a long time because I don't need millions of slime blocks. I just need, enough to get my builds done. So we're gonna do that, and that kind of plays into the hands of if you're a player that's playing a single survival series. This is a really nice way to go, because if you can get this done early on, you will always have enough slime blocks, but you may not be able to impress your buddies, but you will definitely have enough to do what you need to do. So we're going to get this built. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done, and hopefully we'll get to finishing the door. And I thank you guys so much for the support and the attention. I hope you enjoy this. All right, everybody. Here we are. We're back again, and I'm going to do this little part on camera because it can be kind of tricky, and quite honestly, I hate this part. But anyway, there's a lot of ways to do it, and there's probably a simpler way. But for me, I always just try to get a little bit of this built up here, get my golem made, and then try to get these pieces in here to keep him from moving outside of where he's supposed to move. So I think I got that part done, and if I could just get this last part in before he moves out of position. There we go. All right, success. Usually you can also lead him up there with the lasso and build a little thing, but once he's up there, and that part is over. We don't have to worry about it again. We take this stuff out, and he is set. So he is our bait, the proverbial bait. And as you can see, we've actually had quite a few slimes coming in here. We got to dress this up a little bit, and obviously you have to make sure that all your hoppers line up and point into each other in such a way that your goodies all get to this section. So we got to add 2 hoppers back in. So let's put one in here, and let's put one in here, and that should get all that, yes, all the extra stuff that was in here. So now, if we leave this alone, it's a little dark and it doesn't look very good. I can tell you that right now. This is about as ugly as it gets, but this is functional. So let's go take care of Mr. Slimy over here, and we're going to go ahead and get this finished. Here he is. Look at this big guy. Now, I'm back from the old school here, back in the D&D days, pencil and dice and papers, and to me, slime should not have a face. So I actually kind of like the turn of events with this texture pack here, making it to where, or the resource pack, it's not the shader pack. There we go. I'll get it. The shader pack is actually what's causing them not to have the faces. Chroma Hills actually has a really cute face for them, but we're not using it. We're not going to see it because we got the shader pack on. All right. So there we go. There's our guy, and we got to do one more in here. And once we're done, we will have our little slime farm accumulating slime while we're away. So hopefully that's kind of a cool thing. We'll get these chunk borders turned off because we don't need it anymore. And we'll be back when I have enough stuff to build my door. All right, here we are. We've got the entrance and the layout for the piston door, the 5x5 piston door. And this is a really, really cool design. You guys need to check out this video. The only thing I didn't like about it is on the inside you can see a little bit of stuff, but some of the other 5x5 piston doors, or 5x5 doors, you can see honey blocks and all kinds of things. So we're going to live with what's on the inside of this. So to give you guys an idea, the space that we need underneath is 4x9, and I believe I've got all this counted off right. We need to have this frame set in place like this, all right? And then we had to have, let's see, let's go up top here real quick. We have to have a space on the top here that gives us two spaces up here. Now I may have to break this out a little bit to work above it, but that's just to kind of give me an idea of where my cap is. And so let's take a look at what is involved in this door. This is a little bit overkill, but this gives us pretty much everything we're supposed to have, and maybe a little extra on some of the items, but you'll see in his description what they are. So we're going to get to started, and I'm going to do this in a series of short progress updates to give you an idea of what we're doing. I backed it off the clay 2 blocks, so I'm not right up against the water in case I need some of this space to put the inputs or whatever. So let's get started and see if we can get this 5x5 awesome piston door built. Okay, we're back. Here we are. This is the initial part of the build, the piston layout, and we're using obsidian for our immovable objects here because I think it'll go with our color scheme. It might be a little, we might have to change a couple things, but so we've got the piston layout. So it's got this set up here on the side with one of these pistons being bud powered, and the 5 on the side. And then if we look over here, I'm following the tutorial very closely because I'm not a redstone whiz or anything, but there is our piston layout on the sides. And then we'll go take a quick look up at the top. And I encourage you, if you build one of these and you're not very good with redstone like I'm not, just take your time, do it one step at a time, complete the thing, and then move on to the next step. So here's what the top is supposed to look like at this point. So we're getting there. Pretty soon we'll have us a big old happy 5x5 door, and I'm going to get back to work. The next step was to grab everything in the hotbar, and we're getting ready to do the redstone. So I'm a little intimidated, but we'll get through this. We'll get through it, and we're going to have a great door in place of this. And I actually need to take out these other blocks and rebuild this pattern when I'm finished. Okay, here we are at the end of the build. It's been kind of a technical day. I've had all kinds of just bizarre technical issues, but we did get this door built and it is working. So there's a little bit of a trade-off on the actual inside view versus the outside view, which I'm not really that upset about, because we get a really fast 5x5 door. So let's take a real quick peek. This is actually, yes, what we're going to see on the inside, this section right here, which I'm okay with. But watch how fast this door is. I mean, just amazing. I love it. We push it, and man, that is just quick action. Very well thought out and built. I could not build something like this, at least not with the current level of my redstone knowledge. But it's going to be really nice. We're going to decorate the outside here. I need to do a few tidying up bits. I've got stuff over here, and we need to build some kind of a integration into the side of the pyramid. But this is going to be our big main entrance, and boy, this is really cool. You need to watch the video that I post in the description. I think it's CraftyMasterman's or something like that. He's really got some neat stuff. I challenge you guys to try out some of his building, because he's got some really neat stuff and deserves being checked out. He's on a high level of redstone like I'm not on, and this door design was kind of a collaborative effort, so be sure to check that video to find out exactly who all was involved in this. But really like this door, just like that. Totally sweet. Totally worth all the hard work. I mean, I put in so much time on this, and it's not even going to reflect in the video. Not even with the build. This took like an hour for me to do in survival, but getting the stuff together for this was just monumental, because I had no slime blocks and no honey blocks. So don't give up, though, people. If you start to build something and you just feel like everything's working against you and your creativity is low and you don't know how you're going to make it, you will make it. Just keep plugging away, and we're going to get this cleaned up, hopefully have something fairly presentable by the end. We're going to wrap it up in just on the next clip, and I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. Be sure to check out the people in the links that I put in the description for the video. There are lots of cool things, to little nuggets of goodness in there, and I hope you all check them out. All right, here we are at the end of the episode, guys. Really appreciate you sticking with me today. It's been a heck of a humdinger here for me. I did get some inputs put in so that we can open on the way in, like so. Awesome. And close it up like so. So now we're in. No baddies can get into our base. I think that's just super awesome. I do want to say just a quick shout out to CraftyMasterman's, because I really love, even though I'm not a big fan of this backside here of this door, what a cool quick opening door. I mean, that is neat, and I really appreciate all the hard work he and his buddies put into this. We're going to wrap this up, because this was one long week for me trying to get this video made. I did want to say, our bee farm is just making the honey right here. Look at this while I'm building the door. One thing to note, if you're going to do this build, the tutorial is very fast paced. It's very challenging to follow. You really need to pay attention if you're building this thing. And the other thing is, when you build your outer covering for it, just make sure that you don't place anything inside the boundaries that he lays out for you, and don't block any redstone. Don't put any blocks in a way that will interrupt the pistons or do any block updating or anything like that. So be very conscientious when you're running your output lines and all that stuff. So I hope you guys had a wonderful time. We will see you guys next week. We're going to do a bunch of aesthetic decorating. We got to finish up the design for the outside of this build. I'm not 100% on that, what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get in, we're going to dress this up, cover this, decorate it, make it look like a grand entrance. Thank you so much. Be sure to hit the like button if you like what you saw, and hit the subscribe button if you want to support us. I'll see you next week.